Solve the equation. The square root of x plus 4 minus the square root of 1 minus x is equal to -1. Let's begin by isolating this radical quantity, the square root of x plus 4. So add this term to the other side. There we get a -1 plus the square root of 1 minus x. Now we're going to square both sides so that we can eliminate the radical on the left. The square root of x plus 4, quantity squared, is equal to x plus 4. Now on the right-hand side we have a binomial squared. Don't forget to FOIL that out. As we do, we'll get that first term squared. -1 squared is 1, minus 2 times our inner and outer product, -1 times the square root of 1 minus x. So that twice is a -2 times the square root of 1 minus x, plus this last value squared. And the square root of 1 minus x, quantity squared, is 1 minus x. Now, we still have a radical in this equation. We want to isolate this radical and square both sides again. So let's move things away from that. Add x to both sides so that we get a 2x on the left. 1 plus 1 is 2 on the right. Subtract that 2 from both sides. 4 minus 2 is 2. That leaves a -2 times the square root of 1 minus x on the right. Now, notice that each of our terms has a factor of 2 in them. Divide both sides by 2. That is, divide each term by 2 to get x plus 1 is equal to a -1 times the square root of 1 minus x. Now, we'll square both sides again. Square the left, square the right. This is a binomial squared on the left. Squaring gives x squared plus 2 times the product x times 1, or 2x, plus 1 squared, which is 1. That's equal to, negative sign squared cancels. The square root of 1 minus x, quantity squared, is 1 minus x. Now we've got a quadratic equation that results. Let's put it in standard form. Add x to both sides to give x squared plus 3x. Subtract 1 from both sides, those cancel. So this is equal to 0. Now factor. Greatest common factor of x. So this is x times x plus 3 is equal to 0. Use your zero factor property. So x is 0, or x plus 3 is equal to 0. That gives x equal -3. Now we have two proposed solutions, x equals 0 and x equal -3. Let's check them both in the original equation. So let's check x equals 0. Is the square root of 0 plus 4 minus the square root of 1 minus 0 equal to -1? That's the square root of 4, or 2 minus 1 equal -1? No. 1 is equal to -1. That is false. X equals 0 is not a solution. We're going to reject that one. Now we also need to check x equal -3. Check that in your original equation. So it's the square root of -3 plus 4 minus the square root of 1 minus a -3, or 1 plus 3, equal to -1. That's the square root of 1, or 1, minus the square root of 4 is 2. Is that equal to -1? Yes, it is. That is true. Okay, so we've got one solution to this equation. It is x equal -3. Let's write then that the solution set is -3.